So when I first started fitness, I thought that the squat was the #1 exercise to help me lose fat, tone my body, and create that hourglass shape. And I was so wrong, because my quads would be on fire after hours. I would feel absolutely miserable because my quads would be burning for days afterwards, and I wasn't getting the results I was wanting. I found that my quads were puffing up so much and my glutes were flat and squishy, if that makes sense. It wasn't that nice curve or that nice and rounded booty. So I got that actually from doing things like hip thrusting, deadlifts, different hamstring curl variations. And I wanted to show you in this video that you could do 100 squats, but that still will not work your glutes, okay? You need time under tension, and different exercises are gonna work better with different people.
Laid back and majestic, show us the love. We got a brand new banger that be mashing it up. I'm in a beeline hits, you get ready to jump. So all my people that be ready to move. I got another big flow that be setting the mood. Another big room tune that be big with the crew. I see your friends like the melody and you feel it too. So all my ravers that be up in the place. We got a whole new style when it comes to the bass. I know they yeah look good when they're wide of the waist. She's looking oh so good with immaculate taste. So all my hooligans front to back. Gonna start a revolution with a kick and a clap. Don't worry about the back cause they got it on tap. We're gonna take this track all over the back. I'm in the big down dada. The bass gets mad up. Every other lyric in my flow gets mad up. The bass gets rougher, the beats get tougher. Even wild out to the bass like a lover. The big band rapper, the room band rapper. Original lyrical big band rapper. Bounce to the back.
Keep recording.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all different.
Oh my god.
They're all different heights.
How do you feel about that?
That was hard. After 10, I was like, no more. I just did legs yesterday too. Thank you. What is going on? I hope you really enjoyed that 100 squat video. Not gonna lie, my quads were burning. It hurt so freaking bad. Like, my quads are on fire. And one thing I want to say is that yes, there are many benefits of doing squats. There are many benefits of doing progressive overload, but if your main focus is glute progression, then science and evidence and even experience will tell us that the squat is not the best exercise at growing the glutes. For maximum glute development, personally, when I am doing squats, I feel it all in my quads. Okay, so you're going down, you have the barbell in your back. The first thing that is screaming at me is the front of my legs. So maybe you've done this exercise before. I would just try it. Maybe just doing a body weight squat and let me know if you feel it in your glutes. I almost guarantee that at least 50% of you, when you do this, even just body weight, you'll be activating majority of your quad. So I'll show you a photo here. Basically, when I first started my fitness journey, I would just do squats. Barbell squat, goblet squat, Smith machine squat, any sort of squatting that I could possibly do, because this is the only exercise that I thought I had an idea of how to do it. Meanwhile, I found my quads growing so much. My hamstrings weren't growing, my glutes weren't growing. I was just getting these big monster quads and no glutes and no hamstrings. And it's funny because I actually had a coach, I had a trainer for a couple months, and she told me not to do any sort of deadlifts because I didn't know how to hinge. So I'll show you quickly how to do a hinge. Just have to find a sub-decent wall to use. Let's do it. We'll do it here. So Those two differences I showed you was a hinge, and then the other one I was kind of just dropping myself over and really using my upper back as opposed to using my hamstring muscles. So I hope you kind of saw that difference between the two, and this is why my coach told me not to do any sort of deadlifts, because I didn't know how to hinge. When anyone can hinge, okay? All right, back in action here. So if maximum quad development is the goal, then by all means do as many squats as you want. But if you're already quad dominant like me, then I'm not saying not to do squats, but don't focus your entire program on squatting. I see some people in the gym and they are squatting for a good 45 minutes. If you want to be really strong in your quads, really strong in your legs, then by all means go ahead and do the squatting. But for maximum hammy and glute growth, I highly do not suggest it at all. But I thought I'd show you this video just as an interpretation of what I think is best when in terms of maximum glute growth. So I hope this helps you. Again, everybody's bodies are different. So just because, don't take my word for truth, experiment yourself and go through the experience of trying 100 squats. Let me know how you feel and where you feel them. If you feel your muscles activating more in your glutes, and by all means continue squatting because it will be good for your body. However, if you do feel a squat primarily in your quads, not to say not to do it, but don't put so much emphasis on it. And again, focus on the hip thrust. And if you'd love me to talk more about hip thrusting, then let me know in the comments below and I'll make that the topic for the next video. Like I said, some exercises will produce more muscle activation than others. So don't take my word for it. Try it for yourself. Do 100 squats and let me know where you feel your muscles activating the most. If you do feel it mostly in your quads, then maybe don't focus so much on doing a squat. But if you do feel your glutes activating, contracting, and you feel that booty burn, then go for it and continue doing a squat. For me personally, I honestly think it made my butt look flatter. But that is just me. Here's some pictures up here to show you, and here's pictures of me afterwards doing a hip thrust. I hope you love this video. Please give it a thumbs up, like it, comment it, share it, and tell all your friends about it, because Hannah is back in action for her YouTube videos. Have an amazing day.